That's all I need right now. So up until I start writing some more music.
I need to get back on it myself. That's the goal, I think, this year too, is just to start putting things out. Sitting on too
Dude, you know,
much.
we need to exchange numbers, dude. Because I need to ride your ass about that, dude. I had that conversation the other day, man.
Yeah, we did.
Because you're not there's more of you than there are of me. You know what I mean? Like there's perfectionists out here who will sit on tracks for a while. You know what I mean? And Roy had a good statement about that, about perfection. I forget what it is. It's so good I forgot what it was, but I remember it being real good at the time.
There is no perfection, really. Like,
you can't. There's no such thing.
An artist will get to a certain point on a painting, and they just know it's done, and they have to walk away from it. It's
Well,
the same with us,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
You spend too much time overanalyzing.
Because it
and
can
you get
always be
stuck.
better.
Well, if you consider the origin of the word, it originally meant finished.
Yeah. Yeah. Seriously. But like I was like saying the other night, everything's a snapshot for me in time. So when I try to go back and finish something when I had multiple tracks, like first year I was fucking around, I would go back, and now granted I had limited skills or whatever, but I did not, I might be better, I might be worse. And it just didn't make a lot of sense going back. It was hard for me. And I've even tried to retool tracks before. And
Yeah, it gets rough.
it's
rough.
really hard to
Yeah.
even see where your head was at. Like,
I've gone back and done that a few times, and then you just get lost. You usually like stuck in this loop.
because I even take
Get it
notes.
done.
Yeah, just get rid of it, dude.
Get
I take
in.
notes in my DAW, and you know, Cubase has a little note section. I'm like, but dude, like this, just and kind of shortens to this point, especially if I have to stop at night. But that still doesn't get me if I leave it for a long time. So I just stopped doing it, dude.
I'm the king of notes, but I always write them on paper still.
Yeah,
Put the fucking everywhere.
yeah. I'm trying to transition, dude. He says.
How about those shot glasses, my man?
Ooh.
Let's get it popping. We are live. Welcome to another episode of Other Side of Vegas. I'm your host, Roy Evans.
Bruno Browning.
And the man in the middle.
Brian Gardner.
What?
Makes the booties wiggle.
The last time I heard his ass play, dude, I was. I make your body don't stop it.
Like, you know what? You know, nobody's talking about your booty, all right?
Listen,
like,
you don't know what.
You leave your shit up out of
That
here.
is wrong as
As long
fuck.
as they're moving, right? Yeah. As long as they're moving.
They don't even believe that.
So, Brian, Las Vegas resident by way of Chicago.
Patillos.
Pequot.
I think, yeah, I gotta try that too.
Mr. Soul Foundation Recordings.
That's right.
Along with Mrs. Soul Foundation Recordings. Big up to Brenda. Get that out of the way first, you know.
And all the other crew out there. You guys have yet to meet a lot of those boys.
I like that.
There's
You got some
quite a
people in the
few of
hide.
us.
All right.
Quite a few of us, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but you've, I mean, it only makes sense. I mean, you've been around for a minute. You ain't no spring chicken, you know.
None of us
I think that's what the show's about. You know, just,
At the end of the day, get off our lawn.
you know, a bunch of old folks. Matter of fact, you know what?
One leg limp.
He's not nearly that interesting. Shots first.
Yes.
Let's wet these whistles.
That's what we should have done before we start taking pictures today. Should have went right down to El Cortez.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That's what you guys are doing a photo shoot down there?
yeah. Big ups to Belinda.
Show me
Let
your
me tell
love.
you, Let me show you
For,
love, right? Let me
that's
show you
right.
love.
Getting
They
with
stole
us.
my pickup line. I've been using that line for decades now. Shoot.
You stole it from Rome Anthony.
There it is.
Damn, I hate it when a motherfucker knows too much.
Drop the jewel on him. Drop the jewel on him.
Hey man, everything's borrowed, right? Again,
Pretty
with
much.
Art, you know, the
That's
ongoing
right, dude.
conversation about art is
Uh-oh.
everything's been done before, but
I think I see an issue.
theme.
Nah.
An issue? We don't have
Yeah.
issues. We issue tissue.
Yeah. I think I just got shown for being a rookie.
What'd you do?
I think batteries just died.
Yamas.
Indeed.
What, there's so many links in the chain.
Uh-huh.
Our next guest needs to bring oranges. And cinnamon.
Cinnamon and oranges?
Oh, you ever had like that? That'll change your life.
No.
It'll change your life. Like seriously.
Yeah.
Dead battery?
On the receiver.
Oh.
let's
Excuse
talk,
me.
Let's talk about. I want to talk about these oranges right quick. So,
Orange and cinnamon action.
so what you do, for all you people don't know, you do the shot, you boop, 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 and you sip it. Actually, you sip it, and you have cinnamon on the orange, and you take a bite of it, and you, whoo.
So sort of like the salt lime method.
Except it, boy, it'll make you start singing Levert, like for real.
Please no.
Hey, listen, Levert is a underappreciated talent.
Oh, this is true.
This is some delicious tequila, by the way.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Just, well, like I said,
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you.
I'll be honest with you. I feel like we've. I couldn't believe that we hadn't already have you. But Roy would remind me quickly that it was because of it didn't line up space wise because we only can have one person in here, and I don't like to have too many people in here. Obviously.
Obviously, understood. I'm the same way. Same way.
You know, another gearhead, another label owner. You get it. You know?
So, as a label owner, Soul Foundation Recordings.
Soul Foundation Recordings. SoulFoundationRecordings.com. Look us up. Facebook.
Wait. Say that one more again. Say that one more again.
SoulFoundationRecordings.com. Look us up on Facebook. We're out here.
There it is. There it is.
Dude.
Now, when did you start? How long has Soul Foundation?
Soul Foundation was, formed early 90s in Chicago. And a couple friends got together and wanted to bring back that feeling that was otherwise lost in the underground scene. Things were getting just hectic, so they're just trying to bring back a little bit of that soul, and it was very family orientated, very music driven, vibe driven. The main mission was that vibe, recreating that vibe, that loft underground feel.
Yeah, which is easy.
It's not easy. It's not easy, but that was like our main goal. We did a lot of loft parties at that time. We lived in a couple lofts, rented a couple lofts out. It was like 96 was around the conception, I would say, of Soul Foundation. That was Trax. I don't know if you guys have heard of Trax. Yeah. He's gone on to do Nation, and he's been touring and has his own label, also Code, big up to Melvin. And there are a bunch of us. Brenda, obviously, my boy B-Jack, Javon Jackson, John Simmons. I'm not sure if you met John when you were in Chicago or not. Also Lanier, Droopy, my boy Tommy Roughfingers, Renan.
That's the best name ever. Tommy
Roughfingers. He's a drum and bass DJ, turntablist.
Love that name, dude.
He brings it.
That's the precursor to grown man hands.
Yeah, it is a grown man.
Rough fingers.
Rough fingers.
Put some lotion on them.
Put
some lotion on them paws. They get rough.
Oh,
they get rough.
Man.
But yeah, we started off just a group of artists throwing parties, basically, and all of our bios and mixes and whatnot are up on the website if you check that out. But it's been quite a long road, to see where we started.
Your first release in '96? Your first release?
My first release wasn't.
The labels.
Well, no, we didn't start the label up officially until 2013.
Okay.
When Brenda and I moved here.
But the concept, I get that.
The concept was there. The parties were there. Underground loft parties, clubs,
I completely get how that
rave
works.
parties, and then sort of like mine and Brenda's feeling and thinking behind the whole thing when we moved out here to Vegas was to focus more on writing music, releasing music, and sort of taking all of those elements and all of those people and putting them into a label.
And all those experiences too, right? I mean,
exactly, yeah, that energy, that vibe, it all comes back to that vibe.
It's a tough task.
It is, it's not easy, and like you and I were talking earlier about hitting mental blocks, and up and down, up and down.
Crazy, right?
Got to stop sitting on it, right?
Yeah.
Just get it out there, let them hear it.
But that's good that you got. I mean, I like the.
It ain't gonna get itself out there.
No.
I like the. I like you talking about the concept because I don't because the concept always happens before, and then. I mean, obviously, but I'm saying, but there was a lot of years between the concept of my label to actual releasing music. There's a lot of stuff that goes on with.
There really is.
So I don't count I count the day of the first release, but for the inner circle knows all that other stuff that laid the groundwork.
That's all
And it's
there.
about
Yeah,
laying the
yeah,
groundwork,
yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
Well,
all the parties
everything we've done brings us to where we are now,
Yes,
right?
that's right.
You know, that's why we're here in this room together.
Yes, you're in
you
a
know,
circle.
the 3 degrees of separation, or
That's
6
right.
degrees, or depending on.
Depending on how fat you are.
And I feel in our community, in house music, in the underground community, like it's even closer. Like
God.
you just turn around and
Yeah.
here we are.
If
We're
don't know-
like
if
right
you
next
don't
to
know
each other.
somebody, like if I don't mean I may meet someone, and no matter where I'm at, and it's like the real if they're from a certain area, the real heads will come out. They'll know people. You know what I mean? Like that I feel strongly about, that I vibe with it.
Yep.
And it's like the strength of the vibe begets more. You know what I mean? And it's like a spoke on a wheel. It's like it just kind of branches itself out.
Yeah.
Which is just the coolest fucking thing, man.
All right.
I don't
you
get
know.
any.
You don't get it. You
Well,
don't do the.
I
You don't
got-
do the mix.
It's reparations. He's making me pay reparations.
Hey, DJ White Privilege.
See, I'm
DJ
expand-
White privilege.
I'm
That
expand-
might stick.
He's
That
been
could
trying.
stick.
Listen, whatever.
It's your studio. Bring your own damn glass.
That is my glass, motherfucker.
This is true. But I got it.
He goes, this is true.
I guess I got another one. So
You good?
And by the way, real quick, happy birthday, my man.
Oh, that's right.
thank you.
That's tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Officially tomorrow.
Yep.
Today?
Officially midnight tonight.
Oh,
Tomorrow.
sick
Yeah.
as-
I just wanted to get that in
Don't
since,
pull
since
Edgar.
we about to get out with our
pull it.
whistle.
Don't
Four
play.
fours. Four fours.
Youngster.
Youngster. I feel young, until I don't, and then
Isn't that a bitch?
So
it's all part of it. I embrace it.
let's go back for a second. Pre Soul Foundation, you're out in Chicago, and I'm not gonna go as far as when did you like get into house music, because I know that you worked in record stores.
Worked in record stores. I mean, when did I get into house music? When I listened to the radio in Chicago. Must have been about 8 years old, and it's just
Back then.
all over the radio, So I'd stay up late, tape mixes off WBMX, just like every other kid, that got into house
Were you
music at
doing
that
it like
time. Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Real
oh
quick,
yeah.
big ups to Lenny Love. Said happy birthday.
Lenny.
And somebody asked if it was still short weather out in Vegas. It don't matter. He's Greek.
Thank you.
I wore jeans because
I think I just beat him to the punch.
I'm pale. You don't
I
want
was
to see
going to
that.
say it's hot.
It was still warm today. The sun's out. It was 84 today. So.
Exactly.
Basically, it depends on whether the sun is out or not.
And speaking of Lenny Love Alfonso,
Yeah.
that would
Yeah,
bring
we
us,
got- yeah.
transition us to DCR Thursdays.
May as well. We're going to be all over the place. But yeah, DCR Thursday, and as in tomorrow for you locals. Like, oh, I didn't know when it was. It's like people that say, so your party's second Sundays. When's the next one?
Dude, that happened.
Every
That happened.
second Sunday.
That happened more times than I'd like to admit. One time I said, I don't know if this party's for you. This girl, she just was not getting it. When is it? It's the second Sunday. This might not be for you. I mean, if you can't.
But anyway, Downtown Soul, tomorrow, DCR, downtown cocktail room for
Wednesdays for Ikaika's tomorrow.
Oh
right?
man, it's
Today's Tuesday, right?
It's
What day
actually
is today?
Here's the thing, DCR is Tuesday through Saturday. Pick a day, any day.
House music.
Yes.
I mean, good house music at that.
Pick a
right.
day, any day.
Not just run of the mill.
That's right. That's right.
Unless you're run of the mill. Let's just keep it.
Oh,
Fuck keeping it real. We're gonna keep it right.
All right.
You know. But yeah, thoroughbreds, Tuesday through Saturday, from Ikaika to Lenny. Well, actually starting with Aaron, Black Irish,
Black Irish.
and
Right, Tuesdays.
Ikaika, and Lenny Thursdays, and you got Unfiltered Soul, Robalon, Doug W. You heard me say it.
Grown folks.
And for real, grown man hands. And by the way, they did it up last Friday for the Love House picnic celebration. Big ups to my girls. I appreciate you.
Coming up in November, they got alternate day, right?
Yep.
See that going down.
Yeah,
Yep.
so that-
I want to say, was that the 16th?
15th? It's a Friday.
Yeah, it's the 16th. Because I know I won't be here. But yeah. So yeah, and tomorrow,
Kaika.
Wait a minute.
Tomorrow's Wednesday. Yeah.
Today is Tuesday.
Yeah.
All day. Tuesday all day.
I'll just let you roll.
It's been Tuesday all day. You know, I totally knew that.
That's that first shot.
Man, we started at 8 o'clock this morning.
Right.
Probably going all
But
day.
hey, we haven't been going since 8 o'clock. So come on now.
Yeah, we were going since 8 last night.
Vegas, baby, Vegas.
But yeah,
This Thursday.
this Thursday it'll be. You guys shout it out from
Lady
Mountaintop.
D from Chicago.
Yep.
This Thursday, downtown Cocktail Room. Come on out and see us.
So I'm sensing Chicago's got some house music.
Chicago, you know, I heard something about house music in Chicago.
Man, that shit was a fucking rumor. I saw that shit on World Star, man. Chicago don't know about no goddamn house music.
New York don't know about no damn garage. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So here we are.
Yeah, we don't know shit. Yeah, we just move your body.
Move your body.
Yeah, right.
Everybody.
Oh shit.
So like the wheels have already come off.
Hey, listen, but you know what?
Already.
That's okay. That's
Absolutely.
okay, because this is some real house heads right here. Like, yeah, and that's gonna happen a little bit.
And that's what.
We'll jump around a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's
We'll
where the gems are gonna come from. It's gonna come like, because for one, I ain't no goddamn journalist. For real, I'm just a nosy motherfucker that's like asking motherfuckers questions, and I ain't even good at that either. So you know.
We're out here making it up as we go along.
This is true.
Somebody's got to.
Very, very true.
Somebody's got to.
Very true.
The point is, we're making that effort
Exactly.
Right.
to push it forward.
Yeah, buddy.
So, as we push it forward, we get to jump around and talk about different topics.
Yeah. Now, with being in the record stores, were you a DJ before you were working in a record store?
I was. I started DJing basically just out of necessity because I started out as a promoter in Chicago.
Ugh.
I started going to raves in '92, and honestly, I just fell in love with it. I went to Rejoice at a place called the Rainbow Roller Rink in Chicago. Saw Dub Tribe Sound System live, and the main room was just filled with all this different music and all these different people, walks of life. I mean, there was gangbangers, there was artists, there was hippies, there was just all of this plus the
That's
art.
house, baby.
Like
That's
pushed
what's
into
up.
this one little party, and I was hooked. So I started throwing parties in '96 at this place called Speedball, which was Speedball at the Mahon Cafe on Broadway and Lawrence in Chicago.
That place sounds.
Of all names.
Of all names.
I mean, because it was a thing even back then.
It was. People think, oh, this is new. People are cracked out.
How
No, people
brazen?
are
How
cracked
brazen were they? You know what you call this? Speedball.
out. Oh,
We don't give a fuck.
I wasn't even 21 yet at the time, so I was pretty young. It was '96.
Oh shit, dude.
And really, I just started DJing out of necessity. I had to buy turntables and a mixer so that we could throw the parties.
Oh shit. All right.
And I loved the music already, so I just started collecting. And,
Wow, so you actually were investing back then.
back then.
That's making the
Back
investment.
then, yes, back then.
Yeah.
I went to DJ International in Cicero, where DJ Jess sold me my first records, and I never looked back. It was Gramophone, and then it was Hot Jams, and then later Frankie Vega brought me into work at Hot Jams.
Wow.
So I got to be a house buyer at Hot Jams, and then I went over to Hip House on the north side for a few months.
Wow.
And then my buddy B-Jack, shout outs to B-Jack, also Soul Foundation. Look out for his album on Deep Art Sounds. That shit is the truth.
All right.
And he brought me into Wax Addict, which was a Chicago
Great
store
name.
for a while. That Wax Addicts. I mean,
That's a
we're all
great
Wax
name,
Addicts
yeah.
still. You know, I
Right.
still collect vinyl. And
Yeah, I used to be. Not so much anymore.
it's
It's
expensive.
yeah,
you
it's-
know, it's pricey, but
I still get some. I just wouldn't call myself a collector.
I'm a music collector
I mean,
in all of its forms. You know, I'm by no means a vinyl purist.
No.
I embrace all forms. You know, I think all
I
formats.
managed to get my hands on shit every now and then.
Listen, the first thing I did, I wasn't all excited. I'm like, I ain't tripping about going to Gramophone until the day we were supposed to go, and I walked in there, it was just like, and I swear to God, Scrub was in there. The first time I met Scrub, and face to face, and I forgot how to use a listening station. Like I was going to touch shit. I was like, I need to turn this up. Whoa, what am I doing? I know better than that shit.
Man.
I know better. I didn't do it, but it's been so long, right? And I bought a couple cuts. I actually bought nothing for myself, but I bought vinyl for everybody that's close to me. I care about. I bought something for you, a piece for you. This motherfucker goes, hey, I got it on digital. I'm like,
But now you got it on vinyl.
but you know, and
see, the bigger thing was the fact that I knew it.
Oh yeah, well, it's well, it was, what you call it? It was the Chicago guy.
That one Chicago guy, you know that guy.
Yeah. Anyway.
Gramophone. Michael Serafini. Look up Gramophone Records.
It's something else.
I'm telling you, like they've got an online store. They sell digital.
They will split it to you. I was left there with $110. I'm like, what happened?
You can do a mail order. They'll mail it to you. You know.
Did you see that video? I had this video, a digital video. He had a record for T, and T was like, and I did a little skip around, and T goes, he stops. She goes. Sweet. I'll take it. Sweet. I'll take it.
And big ups to T for being a champ.
Love you, baby girl. Love you.
My girl Krista was out there last week.
That's right.
And she's like all in her face, say hi to Roy.
Twisted Cantina.
Man.
Oh, that's awesome.
She was chocolate wasted. T's
such a good sport, though.
Hey, man, love is in all different
Yeah.
But here's the pro side of it. We know the look.
Yep.
You know, because technically she was smiling.
But you know that T's got a pronounced one too. That when she looks up.
Man, she had that. Fuck Roy. You see me working, bitch? Like,
what are you talking about?
That fucking phone out my face.
I can't even hear you.
It's like, what? Like, yeah, whatever. Yeah. You like this? You dig this? She meant well, though. She meant well.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I tell you what, those drinks will put you on your ass up in that Twisted Cantina.
Oh, yeah? They like that?
They get good tacos, too.
Listen.
You go across the street?
I didn't make it, but I kept thinking the whole time that I kept remembering and forgetting. You said,
knew I was going to bring it
yeah,
up.
yeah.
You knew I was going to bring it up.
I haven't hit any of your joints yet. I'm like, and I told T, I'm busting you out, T. She's like, yeah, pre-cross shit.
Hey, man. I grew up in that city.
I want to give it a shot, baby. I'm going to give it a shot. Listen, I go there and gain 10 pounds like it's my job.
Vegas is catching up on the food game.
Yeah, but it's different, though.
But in Chicago, you just throw a rock. You get cheap food and it's top quality.
Oh, dude. Okay, this little Chicago thing here. I'll stop it. So I kept getting all this food, right? About the first trip up there. T's such a gracious host, man. Her nan's just, you know, her mom was there too this time, the first time. And every day she get these nice pastries for breakfast and stuff. And I've been eating all this, you know, going to getting the chicken and blah, 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 you know, the Parsons doing the whole thing. And so the last day, I'm like, man, I love this cinnamon whatever pastry. I said, wait, this has got to be some type of Chicago delicacy. Where do you get this at? She goes, it's called Panera, motherfucker.
Keeping it real.
So now when I go to Panera, I'll sit here and say, give me some of the Chicago delicacies.
Jeez.
But that's a testament to the food, though. They had me believing because everything was so good.
You just thought.
I'm like, well, this has got to be something.
You're going with it.
I'm just going with it.
Where's this from? Down the street?
It was amazing.
Hey, wake up.
Hey, yeah, I was sold, baby. I was sold.
Man.
Yeah.
So on the production side,
Yes.
you know, you start out DJing by necessity, and obviously I'm going to assume that you started producing before you started Soul Foundation.
Well, I didn't start Soul Foundation.
Okay.
I was brought into Soul Foundation, and eventually I ended up kind of taking control of Soul Foundation from the event promotional side of things. And a few years after that, I started producing. Like 2000, I think I put a release out on Gene Ferris's label.
Okay.
Your first one?
Ferris wheel?
Ferris Wheel Limited.
Way to whip your dick out. First release.
It's Ferris Wheel Limited.
Right on the table.
Just a remix for a group called Behind the Groove, which is Charles Spencer and Nick Santillan. At the time, they had this little group, and that kind of led me into the whole Love Slap circle as well.
Love Slap.
Which I did much work with them, and shout out to Eddie and Charles and Wano.
It's a great label.
That's my sneak connection.
Yeah,
Wano.
okay.
And it's all family, it's all love.
And you see that too. You see that big time.
Oh yeah,
big time.
No doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, again, it brings you back to that 3 degrees of separation, right? Like we're never really too far away from each other, so everybody knows everybody.
When you Chicago heads get together, it's really cool to see that. You know what I mean? Like when you see like behind the scenes, like backstage, there's a genuine, it's a genuine.
It really is camaraderie.
You know,
There's camaraderie about it because like if you're good enough to step up on the stage with us, then you're family automatically. Like you're that old soul. So you deserve to be where you're at.
And it's a beautiful thing. I never really realized it until Brooklyn Ball. Seeing you guys all, you know, like that.
That connection.
It was really good thing, man.
Yeah, well, that connection. Well, my connection with Mark Farina is Dave Gandy, and Dave Gandy's my brother, and you know, they're family. So that automatically makes you family, right?
That's what's up, man.
That same 3 Degrees. Shout out to Julius and the 3 Degrees family, by the way. You know, with that transition.
What Julius?
Julius the Mad Thinker. You know Julius?
He's 3 Degrees?
Well, he was part of the original 3 Degrees family, yes.
Oh, okay.
Jeremiah Seraphine, Julius, Mana, Pretty. That whole clique.
Speaking of which, big ups to 10-year anniversary. Is it 10-year anniversary Mikasa Holiday? Yep. That was just it just ended
last week, right?
Yep, Cancun.
Yep.
I mean, Playa del Carmen.
Playa del Carmen every year.
Yeah.
Getting bigger and bigger every year.
And Julius is a beast.
And Julius is a beast. Yes.
He's a fucking
Julius
animal.
Is great. Julius is family. We go back to my first residency in Chicago, which is at Mad Bar in Wicker Park, and
That's a great name and an awful name, Mad Bar. I like it. I like it.
It lived up to its name. Believe me, it lived up to its name.
Oh man.
Good times. You know, I mean, that's what that party atmosphere is. You know, the Mad Bar.
Do you think that this is? I mean, obviously we live in a different environment here, and I go back and forth in my. I mean, I've been almost 20 years, right? And I go back and forth, but thinking that things can. You know, obviously there's another side of Vegas because we push that and we have our thing here, and there's, and we defend it and we cherish it, but there's also, but I think where I'm at right now is it's going to have to be what it is.
It is what we make it.
Well, but right? I don't know. Yeah, to a degree, I think.
Is.
I don't know, and I'm not saying putting a value judgment. I just think I have to embrace it for what it is, and the people I surround myself with that I really genuinely, you know, respect. You know, I mean, not just only hang out with those people, but you know, you really open up and you really vibe with like Sunday, a couple Sundays ago, where you're just chopping it up, talking about house, just talking about house music. You know,
it's a nice
I question sometimes what our growth potential is on that level. And
that's scary because we're a lot like jazz when it comes to that. And jazz doesn't gain a lot of fans every year.
Yeah.
And that's the curse of being an underground artist is how do we reach out to the masses? And you know, EDM, Vegas, the Strip,
which is what we rail against it.
Our Achilles heel, right?
Yeah.
Like, for what we really believe in, you know, we have to kind of like, we're constantly swimming against the grain, right? So we need to be that change we wish to see.
Yeah.
I really believe that, and you're right though. It's not all that. It's all finding the right venue owner to work with, somebody that knows where we're coming from, like our perspective.
And that's the challenge.
That is the challenge.
And I think a lot of that goes into to be able to say no. To say like,
boundaries are healthy.
That, you know what, I'm good right now, and you know what I mean. And this is just real talk, because there's some real house warriors out here, but you know it is what it is, and I love it. And if someone comes to town, I will show you. Yeah,
I've had to start saying no.
Yeah,
we need to set a precedence. We had that talk the other night too.
Yep.
And we, you know, the three of us get together and we're constantly just talking music and like, well, really, you know, this and that. Yeah, but.
Man, fucking he owe me money.
That motherfucker never paid me.
That's the best conversation.
Said but me never.
I'll tell you, just not on camera. You know,
my topics are a lot less than that.
It's out there, you know, and that's part of it, right?
Yeah.
You know, there's a good side to it. There's a bad side. There's an evil side. There's cracked out motherfuckers. There's people that just want to get ahead.
And it's ebb and flow, and you see that you see that coming. What I've really, as I've gotten older, I really enjoy and embracing it. Is you see the true heads that you've come to respect. Maybe no matter where you've got to meet, because I've only met you not that long ago, really.
But, in retrospective, no,
but
not
for
at all.
Here 20 years, I mean, it's not on that scale, not that long ago. However, it was like, okay, this is a real cat.
Well, you know, old souls.
You know what I mean? Like real cats are real cats, and that's universal, I think. And that's this thing for house.
It is universal.
Yeah. So.
No doubt. You go through the shit.
Yeah.
Like, it all comes out in the wash. Really
especially
does.
when you get older too. It's like, yeah.
Well, you know.
It is what it is.
I've got a day job too. You know, I got to get up to work in the morning.
Yeah.
So you have to have these priorities, but there's those things that you love.
Yeah.
And house music and what we do, we'll never stop pushing that sound. I'll never stop playing music or writing music, at least for myself.
Yeah.
As long as 1 or 2 or 3 people listen, then it's well worth doing it.
No, you're right, man.
I'll never stop that.
I'll rep the city too, and I've been repping it for a while now, and in subtle ways, like we were talking tonight about cover art. I got that idea from Panhandle, because their center cuts always had a part of had the map.
Panhandle.
You know what I mean?
Look up that label.
Like,
you don't know Panhandle.
Like they inspired me, and when we moved here, I'm like, I want to do something like that. And guess what? I'm not a graphics person, so that kills 2 birds with one stone.
I feel you there.
And then as I got better, then I started cutting it down. But a lot of people have gotten away from it. They don't know exactly what's going on there. But every release has got Vegas on there, and because this is home. You know what I mean?
It is home.
And this is what this is. Yeah, and it's and to a large extent, when people think house music in Vegas, our names are going to pop up.
My man, excuse me. Turns out I was not a novice.
What was it?
It wasn't the batteries. Getting the wireless hit.
Oh, see.
Oh, we're getting interference.
Yeah,
Man,
man.
everybody start geeking out. You know what? This is why I only use 1/4 inch.
Oh, don't you start that bullshit.
Mini XLR right here.
Don't start that bullshit.
Bluetooth.
Hey,
I'm a Bluetooth DJ only. I only believe in Bluetooth format.
I had this audio dude talking about how he refuses to use RCA. If the mixer has RCA, he refuses to only use 1/4 inch.
So now I say it all the time. I only use 1/4 inch.
Motherfucker, what?
Motherfucker, say what?
What kind of fuckery is that stupid shit?
I only use transgender XLRs.
Holy shit. You gender fluid motherfucker.
Now you're drawing lines and shit.
Hey man, that's next level. I haven't heard about that yet. It's next level, dude. It's universal.
Hey,
But you know what? You're right. Like this is where we lay our heads, and you know, we want to be that change we wish to see, right? So it's good that we're coming together. We're trying to rep this city. There's a lot more culture and underground music in Vegas than people realize.
That's the other side.
But, you know, that's the other side of Vegas.
Yeah.
And you come in town, and you come in town, you want to party, and you want to do the strip thing, and that's great because everybody wants to do that. Everybody wants to be a tourist and go somewhere they've never been. But if you're looking for something a little bit deeper, you know, just look to the other side, and there it is. You know, then there's stuff going on every night in this city involved with our formats, what we do.
Right.
I think I got it. Because you asked me about it this morning, I couldn't remember.
Yeah, do you want
It's where intellectual maturity meets emotional maturity.
Oh no, it was something else. Emotional.
It's close. It's close.
You're sniffing around it.
But basically, I mean, that's what made me think of it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, basically, if you're ready for
something more.
If you're an adult that's capable of enjoying himself without hearing what you already know on the fucking radio.
Stop eating what you're fed.
We got you. Like, seriously, we got you. Hands down, man down. We will take care of you. You know,
right.
No doubt.
But that whole play something I can dance to, obviously you can't fucking dance.
Well,
you can't dance.
Can you play some techno? Can you play some house music? You hear what we're playing, right?
I take a lot of pride in the fact that when people, you'll get these comments on Facebook. Someone says, "I'm coming to Vegas. I want some house music," and there's going to be a certain number of people that they're going. Brian Brendan, Bruno. They're just that, you know, Roy Evans. And I take a little bit of pride in that.
Bruno Brown.
Yeah, I take pride in that.
DCR.
Yeah, it's like, cause,
you know, we have some
staples.
Soul Kitchen, Edgar Reyes. You know, you have these.
Right.
You have these.
We're
here. We are here.
We're celebrating 12 years this year, man.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing.
It's great.
At some point, we gotta put the onus on the person that looks at a flyer and says, "Where is it?" Or what time does it start? I mean, come on, like all bullshit aside, like, you know, and you know this is like real shit. Come on, like, at some point you gotta be a fucking adult. Maybe this ain't for you. I mean, I've said that shit a million times. You know,
it's frustrating.
Is there parking there? You know what? This ain't for you. if you can't fucking figure it out, if you can't navigate like a fucking adult, then
find it, dig, search it out.
When you're ready, we got you.
Well, if you're not willing to dig for that, you're not willing to go that deep.
If you can't dig for $5, we'll see you when you can.
Well, we used to have to go to map points.
Because
stand in the ghetto.
Because generally speaking,
fight off crackheads.
I would rather not see you while you get your shit together.
Yeah.
So that $5 ain't an issue, and you can actually have a good time. Because if $5 is a deal breaker, then you can't afford to.
You can't afford
this.
to drink.
Yeah.
You can't afford to drink if you can't afford $5.
You can't afford to love this music.
Actually, you can't afford half a drink.
Which means you forfeit your opinion.
And that's just, you know,
your investment?
That is what it is, man. It is what it is.
Well, we do need more people to invest in that substance, in that subculture.
Monetarily and intellectually.
Skin the game, man.
And as a so-called community. You know, I've been saying this shit for years. You can't call yourself a community if you don't act like one.
Yeah. Well, it's a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I'm not seeing Maybe I'm not seeing the whole big picture. But I always feel like that.
Second wheel.
I feel like that.
There's 4 though, so we're good.
Yeah, we still got 2 left.
I feel like that we don't work. We could do more in working together. But I don't know if that's as far as party wise. I don't know if we're there yet. You know, say, hey, listen, I'm thinking about doing this. You know, what do you think about this night? Like, every city's different. Like, I didn't realize Chicago was like, oh, yeah, by the way, we're going to announce this party 2 days before. And there's going to be 3 bomb-ass parties. You know what I mean?
See, I can't do that. I need some lead-out time.
Yeah.
And I did promotions in Chicago professionally.
It's kind of crazy how it does that, right?
You need to be ahead of that curve. You can't just say, hey,
by the way,
this Saturday, we're going to do this big-ass
party.
See,
I tend to agree.
You have to start putting the word out there. People need to know about it. It's called consistency. You need to have that. You need to have that structure. You know, a lot of people are loosey-goosey about shit. And I'm showing my age right there, but it's true. You know, you need to be serious about this. You know, like if you really love something, you're going to see it through, right? You're going to want to do it right. So be consistent and be structured. Have a plan. You know, nights don't just pop off in 2 weeks. It takes 3, 6, 9 months to get a real night going.
Yeah.
And that's how people need to start seeing, you know, setting those short-term goals and those long-term goals for our scene, and then coming together and staying consistent with that.
Yeah.
You know, and it's that cliche with Vegas about how everybody's real flaky. So how do we fix that? Yeah. You know, to get everybody on the same page.
I think we stopped living through memes. And I realize that that's a broad stroke, but I mean, and basically,
still gonna gift the fuck out of you, you know.
Well, they're the logistics. In other words, what does that mean? That means that it means understanding a raw deal when you got one. If you go in thinking that you can play for nothing and then renegotiate once you get it popping,
that's never gonna happen.
It's never gonna happen.
Because you've already sold yourself out.
Yeah.
You already have no worth.
How do you renegotiate nothing? Yeah, you don't.
With nothing.
No one takes a high school
nothing from nothing leaves nothing.
Yeah, that's right.
You gotta have something.
Now, granted, that's a broad fucking brush. If there's an exception to the rule, all it does is prove the fucking rule. Let me say that one more time. If there's an exception to the rule, all it does is prove the fucking rule. So, and don't get me wrong, I'm not coming as no fucking guru. Like, it's not.
Fuck no.
There's a certain place where things just are what they are. It's not because, you know, what I say is the fucking gospel, you know, I don't want to belittle it by calling it common sense because it ain't common. But
it's opinion, but it's a strong opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
being opinion
from
based on
experience. Yes, exactly.
But see, the thing is that it has nothing to do with DJ shit.
No. That's valid.
That's just grown folk business.
Yeah, that's valid.
No.
That's valid.
I mean, if you balance the fucking checkbook and you keep the fucking lights on, you know, how the fuck does that make any sense?
Yeah, that's valid.
Now, here's the thing. I get it when you just feel like nobody's gonna fucking get in your way and you're gonna do what you want to do. You're gonna pursue your passion. I totally get that part. For real. Like, you have no idea. I totally get that. But at what cost?
Yeah.
And that's the point. You don't see the part outside of you, how you affect the scene as a whole.
Right.
You know? And, you know, that's the only reason. I'm not saying don't do what you want to do. Don't follow your...
I apologize for this, people. This is very unprofessional.
Well, no, I heard we have a little glitch, just a little audio glitch. So
Two sound guys, one sound guy and one video guy.
Well, and when one guy's closer.
intent, right? It's intent. It really is. It's intent, right? Like.
Was that Danny? Because if that was Big Sexy.
Oh, no. That wasn't DJ Truck Nuts.
Truck Nuts.
Big Driplet King himself.
Is he not one of the best people in town? Like I love that dude.
Danny, I mean, big up to Danny Coker.
Seriously,
he's got a release coming out on Night Groove soon.
I know, dude.
You check this guy out, man.
Him and I counseled him on that.
He's dope. I mean, Danny's dope.
I ain't gonna put your business on the street, but I was like, yeah, take it. Whatever it is, take it.
Free counsel. Yeah, take it. Take it. Grab it. Run with it.
I said, take the deal. He told me what it was. He goes, does that sound right?
Night Groove?
I said, take it.
DJ Creasy Bear.
Again,
buy yourself a cheese ragu.
Pushing it forward, right? Like,
yeah.
People that are positive and they want to actually put in an effort and push it forward.
Well, yeah, because let me tell you,
Come on, where are you?
I'm open to helping cats out all the time. I recently helped a cat out in town, and I was like, I don't know it all, but at 12, working on 13 years, I've made a lot of mistakes. I can tell you those mistakes to maybe help you, navigate around them. I'm not saying what I know is I know anything, but I know what I've done wrong. You know what I mean? Because no one's got this music business figured out. Well, at least I don't. But
music. Theory. Theory.
That's right.
And some people find theories that work for them. Other people find theories that work for them. So it's a combination of all.
Theory.
Theory.
I just had to say that.
Theory.
DJ Theory.
Theory. Your LED game is
who's
point up in here,
Who's an
Roy.
animal? I love me some Theory.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean he's a great fucking DJ and a cool dude.
Yeah, he's just a cool dude.
Holy shit! You fucking kidding me?
Yeah,
I'm gonna leave that alone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave that the fuck alone.
I said
the fuck alone.
Yeah,
God damn.
Theory, is this a local DJ or is this?
And here it is. We thought it was Brighton here.
I just said Theory. What the fuck? Big up to Theory, wherever you are.
But yeah, pushing shit forward, and matter of fact, I just
these guys have got their phones out tough today.
Well, actually, bro, man, need a little assistance. I can't monitor and be a part at the same time.
And audience feedback.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you like you told me one day when I was really like, man, how's this opening going? I just like to see you struggle. I just like to see you sweat a little bit.
I love watching people struggle. That's one of my favorite pastimes.
Pressure bust pipes.
Because we've all been there. We all struggle.
I like to see it,
That's the beauty of it, right?
Yeah.
You have to struggle through things.
But it also creates diamonds.
That's right.
Yeah, you can't get things perfect.
Shine bright like a diamond.
You gotta go through it to get through it, son.
You gotta fail.
I'm full of platitudes.
Dude, you're like
shit.
Sage of South Vegas, baby.
Man,
right there.
I tell you, sleep deprivation is a motherfucker.
Makes him flow like Christ because he's speaking the
Gil's nostril. The Gil's nostril.
He said the Gil's nostril. Wu-Tang.
His nostril.
Well, actually, when I say shit like that, I'm thinking like, it's like Gizzle. Exactly. That there pig Latin.
Remember the first time? I remember the first time I heard that was like in the 5th grade. That's why I seem to remember. I may be wrong about that, but that's the first time I heard Fatback Band was in 5th grade. My life changed. I heard that. Dum, 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 dum. It was like the Pied Piper. Somebody's playing something. I was like, what? Then I got a bass. I started fucking around with that damn bass.
Well, when I heard it, I thought Wolfman Jack was starting to make records.
Double Dutch or dude, you're silly.
Wolfman Jack, that's throwing it back right
That's
there.
JJ, I think. Have you seen JJ? He kind of looks like Wolfman Jack.
JJ.
Yeah. Mulan. Mulan.
God.
Yeah, you know JJ, Chris Lum, JJ.
Oh,
he looks like Wolfman Jack.
Oh, he grew his hair out? Oh, no.
Or either that or the captain.
He was super short cut, pretty.
Or the captain.
JJ when he was coming to Chicago.
Or the captain of one of those shrimp boats in Deadliest Catch. I'll show you a picture of him.
Like Krusty the Clown.
No, he's not talking about fucking shrimp boats.
Crab boats.
And also Crabos.
Damn.
Guitar string.
Wow, I love you so much more right now. Fucking with the Courtney, he did ride it.
Rambo.
Third wheel.
He did ride.
Crambo.
Oh my God, we're old as fuck.
Yeah.
Yep, we're getting
I little dance.
Believe
Sorry, people.
But what's that last part? Hold on, he didn't run Crambo.
Children, we're talking about Tom and Jerry.
You know what? If you don't know, you're not worthy.
If you don't know, now you know, meow meow.
Holy shit! No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Don't you think I'm not gonna tell that fucking story? Check this out. Katie May, I love you.
Whitest girl ever.
Oh man, but I love her to death though. That was her way of saying, what was that, the Biggie joint? If you don't know, now you know, nigga.
And we released the Biggie.
And her workaround was meow meow. Like,
and I was like, I heard that.
I love that shit.
Meow meow.
I'm like, what? She goes,
It works.
I said, what'd you say? She goes, you don't know Daniel? Meow meow. I'm like, I can't be mad at you.
No, you can't. You can't. I can't even capitalize off
Meow
that
meow. I do. I'm selling T-shirts.
shit. It can't possibly be the same though. There's something about. I mean, I'm
You know,
visualizing reading it, and it doesn't really seem to.
Yeah, it doesn't because it was amazing.
Holy shit.
It was amazing. Meow, meow.
And I ain't gonna doubt you then.
Meow, meow.
So, I think I still have the green light.
Well,
Cool.
We got one more wheel to go.
Yeah. Let's knock that shit the fuck off. Matter of fact, let's get this motherfucker back in the game. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Put that motherfucker on too tight.
See, I'll only do a half shot.
Oh, okay.
I heard that about Chicago people.
Yeah, I
Oh,
bet you did.
he sure as hell don't have to, Brenda.
Yeah, Brenda.
He sure as hell don't have to. We got him. We
Every
got
time we
him.
do that, a drunk gets his wounds.
You know you didn't have a cocktail in between these shots, right?
Yeah,
You know that was you, right?
I can do what I want.
Well, you're home. You're good. You're in your house.
I got to get dental surgery tomorrow.
Oh, now you're coming up with excuses.
Yeah,
All right.
because I'm thinking about leaving the country.
Oh, shit.
I'm scared to death of that shit.
Hit me with that Erden.
That was awesome.
That wheels are wobbling.
That wheel is like got 3 lug nuts going right now.
You see how steady this motherfucker
Be
is.
shakier tomorrow.
You see how steady
Man, I want
this
some
shit
Parsons
is.
chicken right the fuck now, dude.
Don't even. Come on. Really?
Yeah, really.
Really?
Sounds delicious,
How you gonna do that to me?
dude.
I mean,
Let's go right now. Road trip.
we need a spot like that in Vegas.
Did I tell you that? I want one. Just don't open it. I said I want one. Just not open to the public. Just to go.
Greedy motherfucker.
I'll let you in. I like motherfucker. I like him.
Well, I wish all
No
the,
chicken for you.
I wish all the spots that said New York style pizza did that. Just
They
shut
ain't
your
got- They ain't
doors.
got the water.
Just shut your fucking doors.
I gotta be honest with you. I've gone over to the dark side. I've gone over to Chicago now.
Gentlemen,
Yamas.
That's the light side.
appreciate you.
Well, that thick side. Let that freak come out.
Yeah, I'm gonna let
Only
that
at
one
night.
ride.
Only at night.
Let's see what you did there. Oh.
See, but you can't say that
I can say it.
without saying huh, 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 huh. Freaks come out. Yeah, get up on it, doggone it. That ain't house music. But anyway, getting back to the matter at hand.
Dude, the shows that go off the rails are the best because we have so much fun with the person. Like, we're bullshitting. We're just like
Should have fun.
yeah, but we're just having fun right now.
We're really just talking shit and drinking.
That's the whole foundation of the show.
I've exposed it.
Yeah. Because it was the only way I was going to do it. And I'm not that, alcohol made me do it kind of dude. But
helped you get through it.
But spending, the bulk of my life on the other side, to actually sit in front of lights,
It's stressful.
Yeah,
it's not easy.
We had no idea.
Easy.
We had no idea.
Especially when you got soup coolers.
Yeah.
Dude, we said that we had to do this. We had no idea that we'd bullshit back and forth the way we do. It's been fun. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's been a fun ride.
It's good for you.
Yeah. And at some point, and it may not be today, or maybe it be tomorrow. I don't know. But maybe in the future, it'll be something to somebody.
Yeah.
Because you could disagree with us.
That's okay too.
But it's not like this shit just came out of nowhere. I'm not making up shit that I haven't been through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, we all speak from experience.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And we never need to see eye to eye. It's okay to disagree.
That's boring.
With super boring.
Yeah.
We should never, it's with all this political bullshit and everything. It's like at least we have this one constant.
God, it's a beautiful thing.
Still brings some people together, and that's music. To let go of all that other bullshit and forget your worries and forget your problems and come out and dance and move and let go of all that bullshit.
But we all have these stories too, the Genesis stories. Like yours is one of the best I've ever heard.
But the thing about it though, that person has to be willing to do that. All those things that you just said just now, come out, dance, which, you know what I mean? Like at, any half decent self-respecting establishment, pay to get in.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with
that. And especially if we were to localize it to here.
The establishment takes care of you the way they're supposed to as well.
Oh.
Now you're just talking crazy.
Find out where that motherfucker parked.
That's not crazy talk.
No, that's extended.
I know where he parked his car. We can have a talk.
I'm used to those things.
So are we. That's the standard.
You go to other cities and you travel and you play other shows and you're used to this. Venue owners, they come up to you and they hug you and they're glad you're there.
Genuinely.
To experience what it is that you're going to bring to the table.
Yep.
That's important. Vegas needs to do that same thing.
Yeah. I think we all have a responsibility, and I think it got to a point where that responsibility kind of got just the waters got muddied a bit. We got spoiled with the guest list. Was that maybe, let's call it 10, 12 years ago.
Everybody's VIP.
Yeah, and
everywhere. That's not
everywhere.
That's everywhere. That's every city.
Everywhere. I mean, like,
Everywhere.
I'm not going to get into this one conversation from Pagosa Springs about that whole, can I get a discount shit, but it runs rampant, and it's like people just expect to like this is the Jetsons. You just pour water on, and it's like, oh, vibe, party,
I take pride in going to the people, especially things I really love, and the people I love, parties that are out of town, and paying to give back a little bit. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, and most of the time they'll have me on the guest list anyway, and I'll go ahead. I won't even mention it. I want to buy a ticket, even if I'm going to frequent the party, and I'm maybe playing another, because that's what it's all about. If you do love this, you love it.
You gotta be willing to put back into it.
You gotta love it. I mean,
you
know what I'm saying?
How about this? Let's reverse engineer it.
Oh shit.
Let's reverse engineer it.
What?
The bottom line is that fuck the music, fuck DJing, fuck house music.
Oh shit.
Everybody's got a ship, whether it's a relationship or a friendship. The bottom line is that support manifests itself in certain ways. Ain't no getting around it.
Damn. Well, it's like that meme you see out there, right? Like, if you truly want to support your friends, go to their functions, buy their music, tell them you listened, tune in, say something.
Even if you didn't.
Even if you don't like it, tell me you don't like it.
All bullshit aside.
Hey, I listened, but I wasn't into it.
I spent so much money on shit I have no fucking interest in. Yeah. And it's not because I'm irresponsible, not like I'm not a fucking adult. It's because I genuinely dig the people that are making themselves vulnerable, putting themselves out there, trying to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
I'm all for that. Now, obviously, as a friend, if you suck, it is my job to tell you. How nice that's going to be.
Tough love.
You know.
Tough love, though.
Yeah.
without
but I
tough
will.
love.
But I will support you. You know,
'Cause you can hold-
I've
you
gone
can-
out to nights.
yeah.
I don't listen to industrial music. I supported the people that were doing it. You know, I'm the only chocolate chip in the whole fucking cookie. You know, like, you think I'm there for the goddamn music? No, it's because I love the people that are there. You know what I mean?
I like some fucking.
He's around the
good,
chocolate chip of the
Hey, I mean,
Some
I don't have nothing
some front
against it. I just don't
242.
know it. You know, and
got you.
I'm staying in my lane.
got you.
But I can have a good time
Yeah.
listening to shit that I don't know,
Right.
Yeah.
that I'm not familiar with.
Right.
See how that shit came full circle?
Dude.
That spider web, it's all connected. Fuck the music. It's got nothing to do with that. Be a fucking adult. If one of your beloveds is making themselves vulnerable, putting themselves out there, fucking support them.
Yeah.
It's true.
Because in the end,
It's true.
you've done more for less.
Ooh, but I'm telling you, I don't know what he. I don't know what.
Telling
he-
you,
I
lack
don't
of
know what-
sleep, having
That's the
like,
8 a.m.
Shit.
Bloody Mary
He-
on the photo shoot.
This motherfucker has been. He's been like the Confucius of fucking. God damn, dude. It's
and it's all bullshit.
it's crazy.
House
dude.
music Confucius said.
Dude, he's just. I just sit back and listen, dude.
See now, when it's all said and done, not only do we both personally dig this dude and his wife,
Oh God, yeah.
just as people, because that's the community side.
There's
you
the
know,
wife shout. There it is.
always,
There it is.
always a wife shout.
Always.
You know,
Gotta be.
because that's the personal side.
Shout
What
out
do
to your wife.
we
Shout out
do?
to your wife for putting up with this as well. You know.
She does as she told.
She does.
Katie May. I said. See now the thing is that if you haven't had 2 shots and at least 1 drink, I get that would not be as funny.
This might not be for you.
It's hilarious. Trust us.
Oh man, what was that? Not for you. Not for you.
You all night long. This might not be for you.
E-Man, eat a dick and cheese sandwich
Oh.
and whole of cheese.
Oh my God, dude.
Best lyric ever.
Damn.
Damn.
Ever.
Ever.
I
That was
ran
what's up.
that motherfucker in the ground.
That's what's up, dude. Hey, listen. All you need to know about this, about the respect and especially the way that these cats, comport themselves, the way they be. Not just them. We were out. We would have come see them on Sunday. We were both tired, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like we were trying to get all this admin stuff done, blah 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 blah, for Denver coming up, and I was like, dude, I'm not gonna miss this. I'm not gonna miss this fucking night.
Hey man, we appreciate the
Because
support.
it's
You
real.
know.
Because you know what I mean. Because I'm gonna come out if it's something. Because listen, you had Eddie up there, which is what beast, dude. That dude's such a beast, man. And
Dude, at 9, Chicago. Come on.
dude, it was a good night. I had a good time. I did the old.
You talking
I'm gonna be
about
out
the
there 30
presidents?
minutes. 30 minutes.
The present and the future
Oh, yeah.
for Chicago. He's one of those.
Yeah, he's a real
motherfuckers.
dude.
He really is.
You made me go past my timer, because I'm like, yeah, an hour.
That's why I don't set a timer.
And if I don't, I'll be there all night. I remember him.
Wherever
What?
the music takes you.
Well, I didn't set my timer for that night.
I said mine.
I did the whole grown folk thing. Like, okay,
Wait,
I still got 4
you
hours
guys
work
got
to do.
timers?
Oh, I'm a huge
He
fucking
taught me
timer.
that. Well, listen. because
Yeah.
because
That's how I get it all in.
because there's so much to do, and if I
Yeah.
want to
No,
support
no, you're right. You're right.
I
I like that.
Especially
I like the
multiple days
structure.
a week.
I'll fake drinks, dude. Like I'll drink. I'll already have like a soda or whatever.
Shots.
Oh, I've done that too, but I can only drink so much a week. You know what I mean? Or I've learned that over the years. If I didn't have to do, yeah, sure, whatever. I'm 48 years old, and I got wrongful business.
You're
to do.
just pickled. You
I
just
had
see,
to.
you know. You,
I had
But
to.
I gotta know. I know my boundaries and then what I'm willing to do and what it takes me long to recover. So I just can't go out and pound. I'm not that. I don't want to.
Yeah.
So I'll have my soda or I'll have some ginger ale. Sometimes I'm actually drinking. You know?
mocktails. We call those mocktails.
Yeah, mocktail.
And you need to have a mocktail.
I fucking love
You
that.
do because
Oh
you
my
need to pace
God.
yourself. You know, I'm a big fan of water. You'll see, I'll be
Yeah.
drinking water.
Dude, I'm anti
know.
water and art. I told this guy to ask about. He goes, "We have some art down here." I was like, "I'm anti art." He goes, he had a straight look on his face. I said, "Oh, I'm anti art."
It's like, who the fuck says that?
I do.
That's my water right here.
Jeez Louise.
What you guys got coming up next, though? Besides
besides DCR this Thursday with Lady D.
Yeah, I mean, what's your long term? What's your long term goal besides the production?
Just to continue putting this music out and to continue doing events here in Vegas, working with
because you picked it up. It seems like this year.
We've picked it up from the event.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
It's kind of like what you and I talked about earlier. Like you hit these mental blocks with writing music,
gigs, producing.
Well, I got to push music somehow. So
yeah.
What am I going to do? Well, I better start producing some events.
Yeah.
And putting those out there because you have to have product.
Yep.
And you have to continue to push it forward.
Yeah.
If you're going to be in it, and if that's what you really want to do, you have to have something. Either you're doing an event, or you have a residency, or you're putting some music out.
And they kind of push each other along too.
They do, and they take away from each other.
Yep, which is the greatest. That's the catch-22.
That's the catch-22. They really do pull away from each other because now I'm like, oh, I need to get this music out. Oh, but I'm doing these events.
But wait,
I want to do. Oh, but I gotta.
I get these great ideas on the road.
Because it all takes planning and the logistics and all that kind of shit.
It takes time. And
it all takes time.
And we have other shit going on.
Well, I get these great ideas at the Ramada in San Diego at like 4 a.m. and I gotta drive home the next day. You know what I mean? Where I'm not at a position to, to do anything about it. I'll come up with some notes, but it's just I don't have that.
Right.
And that's the frustrating part, which I think that gives it, because I just got to do playing. It's like energy. I'm like, man, I need to go write this. Well, fuck, I'm at the Ramada.
Yeah.
So now
headphones on.
Now that seems to that seems to kind of scratch the surface between this juxtaposition between DJing and let's say running a label. So like it sounds like that's part of you guys managing that.
It's trying to manage it.
Well, exactly. We're always striving for that balance. And we're like, we need to get this on point, so everything else falls off the wayside.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh shit, let this go.
It's like a teeter totter. It's like
it really is.
At least for me.
No, same. And I think it's like that for everybody that's out there doing things and trying to balance. Because it used to be easier. You could just be a DJ or a producer.
Or you're putting out vinyl, so you only put out so much a year.
But now you have to be a DJ and a producer and a promoter
that other wheel.
And an artist, and you have to promote and
you have to do social media.
Yeah, everything. It's a balance of all of those things. Still feedback? Are we still feedbacking?
Listen.
I mean, for one, the term feedback is kind of throwing me off because there are no speakers in here. So I mean, I don't know. And plus, actually, you know what? You guys go ahead. I'm gonna handle this.
Engineer that shit.
I'm gonna handle this.
I was thinking, man, how many? I mean, 2 engineers and I mean, how many more we need? Danny, get over here.
I can't hear anything.
to the truck, to the nutmobile. So, but let me get. Are you the? I got this idea of the house labels. I know that there was. I know that there was us, Fremont briefly, and then you guys, right? That's
Fremont Records. I think. I mean, he keeps talking about bringing it back. I think he's going to be coming out with some more stuff on Fremont.
Him and I've been working. I've given him the open anytime he wants to call because he's got some really good music. However, he's also in the loop where he's not putting it out yet, and so I gave him because I really dig Frenchie, man, and
dude, Frenchie's on point.
He is on point.
His music sounds great.
And I was like, I gave him a little primer on the mistakes I made. I gave him spreadsheets and stuff like IRC codes, like all the shit that I had to muddle through. So I'm hoping that he gets it, gets it going by the new year. That's his goal. But it's like I told him the same thing I told you, except. Well, actually, I told him more. I was like, listen, if you're waiting to get all these graphics and stuff like that, you want to get on the mark. You want to make a splash. You come in there with 6 months of music, two track EPs, and then
ready to go.
Boom, and then all of a sudden they're going to give you a different scale because I can come up with Label Works with a call, but they have a sliding scale.
Well, that's what I did with Label Works.
Yeah, I
came to them with all these artists. And all these tracks,
you know how that goes.
6 months, ready to go, mastered, write-ups, artwork, everything done.
It's all numbers.
Because then it's just do.
And that's
you start putting it out,
And they have a sliding scale too by how many your catalog. So
right.
So I'm trying to help him with that a little bit. He's got an open invitation. So, but far as anything I can help him with, but he's got some good stuff up there. But I always try to think of the chronological. I think it was us then Fremont and then you guys, but there hasn't been a lot of. I mean,
we've only in Vegas for 5 years.
But I don't know.
So
I don't. There was
any other labels?
There was Big Wheel.
Okay.
And Big Wheel.
That's before I was here, obviously.
Big Wheel was some of the best music, but they shot their wad. They were putting out. They were one of the first labels to start putting out cuts every week, in like 2010.
And that was here.
Yeah.
And whose label was it?
That was who was it? Big Wheel, Roy.
Andy. Big Wheel. That's Andy and Jason.
And Jason, yeah. And it was some really good music. Huh.
Carlos put stuff out on Fremont, right?
Andy Lip Trips and Jason Rios.
Oh yeah,
really
dude.
Good.
Andy's dope.
Really, really good music.
Andy reminds me of like Brett Johnson. A lot of his production, those bass lines, those rolling bass lines, his shit's really tight.
Yeah, big up to Big Andy, man.
Yeah, seriously.
But I guess what I'm saying is there's not many.
There's not
many labels. Like our first release, Soul Summit was 2006 on vinyl, and our first 3 were vinyl, and so it's like I take pride in that. There's a lot of people talking about stuff. So when there's somebody else that's got a label,
that's actually doing something,
that's doing it, like,
even if we're slacking on.
Yeah, but you're you know what I mean. Like, and that's why I want Frenchie to get back in the fold and get it going because,
we're stronger in numbers. We really are. I believe that, and that's something I started preaching with Soul Foundation a long time ago. Is that if we all just work together, we're so much stronger.
Oh my God,
our scene will grow so much faster.
Well, and it helps each other out because for a long time, there wasn't. It was it. You know what I mean? And not that whole woe was me, but you know what I mean. Like that's that.
It's lonely though. It's like you want to know there's other like-minded individuals out there to work with you.
There was a time when I couldn't talk production with people because there was a time when I first got that people when I was just learning production.
It's just party.
Well, yeah,
party,
and I did that too. But like, I thought there was a time where there was a lot of. There wasn't a lot of producers out there in Vegas. Not as in other cities.
There's still not. There's really not.
There's a lot of dabblers, but. And I hope to see that. I've tried to put out some local cats. Tried. I know I'm talking to. But you know what I'm saying. But it's sometimes we can overlook people, I guess, that are locally.
Well, if
but they all gotta do is come up and say, "Hey, what's up?"
Well, that's what I was gonna say. You overlook everybody if they don't come and talk to you.
That's right.
If you don't have a relationship, no, exactly. Making friends is easy.
Oh, dude, it's too easy.
So you can, but forming those relationships and having longevity through that is a whole other thing.
Yeah.
It requires follow through and commitment, and again, it's the same thing.
Genuine.
Being genuine and being honest about it, and where you want to go with it. And a lot of people, especially in our scene, are like, "Oh, I'm the shit.
Yeah.
Like, man, I'm a hack. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm making a lot of this up as I go along, and I'm always learning.
Dude,
always learning.
I'll say that all the time. Like, me and Matt Bryan were talking a few weeks back about forming relationships, and that they go so much further. When you form a relationship, instead of just paying someone, so like this, we paid Scott Wozniak for a track, probably the best tracks we ever had. But I've never heard
Soul Supplement.
I never heard from him again.
That track's dope.
Thank you very much, because he's awesome.
Yeah,
but that's not a relationship.
Right.
And that's okay. But the relationships are so much better because you can really get something going.
Well, no doubt. We had that conversation before, and I could never really understand. Like, people build these bridges, and then they just burn them down.
It's burned to the fucking ground.
And I'm of the philosophy that, like, if you build a bridge, you're supposed to cross that motherfucker for years and years and years and years.
And do maintenance on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Not if you don't see it as a bridge.
Maybe you see it as stepping
stone.
Stepping stone. Aha! He whooped Joe Lewis's ass.
Exactly. Well, I mean, the thing about it that it's relative, and I try to start from an angle of empathy, just because it's right or wrong to me doesn't mean it's right or wrong to somebody else. I am
my vibe, your vibe.
Exactly. Fucking perfect.
I never posted that video.
You shouldn't.
I know, but let me tell you, yeah,
You want to see how sharp my elbows are?
Exactly. I think I'm an asshole. I'm the asshole who sat on that for 2-3 years now.
Yeah. You know what? I gotta say,
patience is a virtue.
I won't ever post it because it's too bad. But
once you post it, it's out there.
But I'll show motherfuckers.
But here's the thing though. He really saw nothing wrong with what he did.
But it was so bad.
That's the same thing.
Inexperience.
But it was so bad.
Exactly.
Inexperience.
Exactly.
That I didn't want to. I like.
There's that displaced value, you know, where and matter of fact, what did he do? 2 people on the dance floor. He's celebrating. Ah!
Inside baseball.
Touchdown.
Man. Inside baseball.
You know, like touchdown. For fucking nobody. And then you do some really stupid shit.
Not the way you do it.
It's the sport of kings.
This is not how you do it.
Better than diamond rings.
Football.
Fucking
Football.
crazy. But I try to be mindful of that because I know I sound like, you know, the dude in the balcony.
The Muppet Show and shit. Yeah.
I get that. But it doesn't make what I say any less
That's
true.
right.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's all truth.
You know,
it all comes from the right place.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
and we can all learn too. Like I've learned, especially watching these youngsters. I learned it back in the day at the Glow days, the first time. But I've reevaluated. I've had it brought back to me without anyone saying anything. Just me observing. You never don't discount what moves people. Because something doesn't move me, doesn't mean it doesn't move someone else. And it doesn't make, and if it's moving them, it doesn't make it less valuable to them. And that's the beauty of music. You know what I mean? Like I might think it's just warmed over garbage.
Yeah.
However, if you see someone on the floor and I don't care what genre, and they're just
and if they're loving it,
God fucking bless them.
Yeah.
Because I can walk out the door.
Well, they connected.
Yeah, and
they connected.
That's what's up.
That's really what it's about.
You know,
right?
and believe me.
No, it ain't.
No?
No, it ain't.
You don't think so?
I will listen.
Because the caveat is don't call it house if it ain't.
Well, no, I'm not saying. No, I'm not saying house. I'm saying other.
I'm being silly.
It's
just music in general.
It took me a while because I was a house snob for a long time about it, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe they'll come around, maybe they won't. But man, look at that person feeling that garbage right there. It's not garbage to them. To me, it's garbage.
Yeah.
Warmed over garbage. But I can leave.
But that's your opinion,
But that's
right?
my opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
And the fact that they're feeling it and getting chill bumps about that garbage means it's not garbage to them, and that's okay.
One man's garbage is another man's gold.
Your shit's garbage.
Well, see, my thing is like
My shit's gold.
my thing is like if I set out, you know, I get that if there's disappointment if you were expecting, but I just been grown too long. You know, my thing is that if I'm going out to have a good time, then that's all there is. It doesn't matter what's playing. I won't.
Yeah.
I don't like what's fucking playing. Now some of it I'll endure for a little bit, and some of it it's just not going to be much longer than that. But I respect it. You know, it is what it is.
I respect a lot of music that's being played.
I can still
I'm not
hang out,
into
have a
it,
good time.
but I respect it.
Yeah.
Because at least they're pushing something underground other than
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's real,
top
I mean,
40,
real, I can at
right.
least respect it if it's real.
At least they're pushing something forward.
Yeah.
It might not be what we're into, but they're pushing something forward.
You know
You
what
have
they're
to have a little bit of
They're
respect for
pushing
that.
the feeling.
Well, the
Push
thing
it.
about it is that in the end,
We're dorks.
you got to respect the fact that it's tangible. You know, it's a thing. You know, yeah. We're taking wireless hits.
Are we?
Yeah.
See,
Yeah, because when you're connected, it's red and it's just flashing red and green, red and green. So I mean, it's not a battery.
well, it's probably a good time to go ahead and say.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I mean, I could have just went hardwire if that was the fucking case, you know. But I'm not getting up again.
Next time. We'll do this again.
So in the end,
Definitely.
the wealth of knowledge. I mean, 'cause obviously, he's a cool dude. He's alright, you know.
As far as dudes go.
Yeah, you know. She only married him for his money. No, I'm fucking with you.
Next time you gotta tell that
No,
story. That's a great story. How you guys got together. I like that. I like that.
Music brings people together.
Yep, and makes people leave.
They'll do that
See.
too.
Yeah, fucking taking
Get the
wireless
fuck
hits.
out.
Yeah.
Okay, this guy's over analyzing the engineering.
You know what, man? It's just really like. Here's the thing. When it comes to putting yourself out there, make yourself vulnerable. We as DJs do it on a regular basis. You guys as producers and label owners, you do it on a regular basis. You say, hey, man, This is how I was feeling. This is what I was thinking about. This is what I put all my energy into.
Yeah, and you put a lot in this week.
You know what I mean?
You put a lot in this week. Yeah. You know what? You put a lot in this.
Jumped out the window. I mean, I'm not gonna say fuck the money, but
yeah, no. I forgot about that. As I'm looking at these Quasimodo fucking behind me with science lights.
Hallucination lights.
God damn it.
I feel like I'm about to have a seizure.
I mean, because the thing is that, and here's the thing. Now, okay, you had a lesson the last episode. Here's the thing. San Diego, we out there. We got the fans. We're in this really weird building. We took crazy hits.
Black Panda.
The fucking the Matt and Ricky interview and the Soleil interview.
Matt and Ricky.
You know, fucking ridiculous. Fucking fire.
That EP is ridiculous. It really is.
I couldn't turn shit to sugar on that one.
Yeah.
You know, it was too bad. You know, so what I do, I jump out the window, get new shit.
And then some goes.
And I'm still getting hits. Now, one would say that the common denominator would be me, right?
Well, those people don't know anything about audio or video because if something can go wrong, it will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no panacea.
Murphy is a son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the thing about it is that as long as you've been doing it, you know, it took you a while to go down your checklist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
If I'm not going to give you the goods, you got to watch the last episode.
Check downs.
Yeah. But
and that's what you just did. Check downs.
I mean, because I know I had fresh. I mean, that's what you do. You don't start a fucking show without fresh batteries.
But we look good in these lights, so I'll tell you that much.
Like a motherfucker.
What?
I think this is a perfect opportunity to thank our guest, man.
Well, absolutely.
Thank you for having me.
Well,
honestly,
much love, baby.
Well, for one,
I'm glad to be here.
I'm going to start with saying thank you for being worthy. And which sounds kind of fucked up.
It does.
It sounds really fucked up. But
it does.
It does.
But it's something that comes after time. I mean, because for one, you know, if he didn't warrant it, he wouldn't have been on board with it. You know what I mean? It's not about him as a person. I'm talking about like.
No, you're right.
You never stop paying your dues. You really don't.
Exactly.
And I've had a lot of people.
And these cats are still working.
No, matter of fact, you and Brenda warned so much. I'm like, we hadn't had them on the show yet.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about the last couple times.
I'm like, what?
Yet?
We haven't. What do you mean we haven't had them on the show? It seems like we should have had them on the show by now. It's like that's how much you guys warranted. You know what I mean? Like I just assumed that we already had you on the show.
You don't just get in. Either you're there or you're there.
Yeah, but
you're there or you're not.
The thing is that it's part and parcel because if you're working, it's hard. You know, I mean, everybody's fucking working. You know, and that's the thing about it is that nobody's taking shit for granted. Nobody's walking up in the club saying, "Look at them. They don't know who I am."
I'm working day and night.
I fucking said it. I sure as fuck said it. You know what? We're gonna end this shit. We're gonna end this shit. Big ups to you and Brenda. I greatly appreciate your contributions. I appreciate you guys.
Likewise. It's a mutual respect.
I appreciate the randomness, seemingly so. You know, if you guys, you know, setting out to move out to Vegas, who knows how long ago. You know, me doing the same from Hawaii. You know, him doing the same thing from you know, Bubba Gump Shrimp Company.
Yeah, it's called San Francisco, motherfucker.
Every journey begins with one step. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
Change
listen.
Constant.
Okay, listen. These motherfuckers need to go get some egg rolls
The
and
thing
some
about it,
because
the thing about it, when it comes to house music, this just sounds normal to a house head.
It does.
I appreciate you.
It's normal chatter.
In a real rudimentary sense. I mean, I honor the mundane shit that everybody takes for granted.
Because that's what those are actually the juicy bits when you drill down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, because nobody wants to reverse engineer the fucking car accident. You know, when so and so left their house at a certain time and it brought them to this intersection at the same time and bang. You know, nobody wants to do that shit. So why the fuck can't I say, I'm proud to know this motherfucker. Right. He works hard. Him and his wife, they get it in. They fucking certified animals on the fucking decks. And I mean, what else is there? Find out Thursday. DCR.
There's nothing sexy about ISRC cards. Nothing sexy about that.
Anybody else who want to plug this week?
Nope.
Anything else?
That's a loaded question.
Nope. We no longer do that.
Well, that's a wrap, Vegas.
Yep.
This has been the other side.
It has definitely been the other
With your
side.
hosts, Roy
and Brenda,
Next time. Next time.
You're getting
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Next time we nah.
No weaseling out
no
next time.
weaseling out.
Mm-mm.
I'm on to you.
Oh yeah.
I'm on
And
to
if
you.
we need to, we'll send this motherfucker home in the Uber. We gonna get him chocolate wasted. Appreciate you.
Chocolate wasted.
Oh yeah.
I like chocolate.
Yeah.
You know what, man? I want to do something special for you, but I didn't have enough time, so I had to settle for the bottle. But I'll get you on the next one because I'm working on some new shit. I'm just waiting for all the packaging to come in.
Hey, man.
Oh,
You know.
shit. Oh, we talking about
I'm
that
very
bit.
thankful.
Talking about that monkey business.
I'm thankful for these opportunities that we have together.
Talking about that
Because
monkey
we
business.
don't get these moments back, and I'm glad,
No,
working.
no, we
I'm
don't.
glad that we could share them together.
Definitely.
No, we don't.
You're always welcome over here, brother. Anytime.
Appreciate
Anytime, man.
Hey, man, anybody that's got an RC1
Yeah,
set up, ready to go,
and it works. And it
want
works.
to program that motherfucker.
And this Yamaha right here, old school, baby.
Old school. Shout out to Lanier.
You know what?
Cool Soul Foundation hat. Turned me on to that.
Shout out to ending the show with a half shot.
Short Stroke Productions.
There it is.
Good enough productions. Well, it's good enough.
Good enough. It's,
There it is.
it's a solid 4. Hey, listen. Let me tell you the best part about
Don't expect
Luna
much.
Lounge.
You'll be happy.
I came up with my Confucians. Want to hear it?
Yeah.
I've discovered the Luna Lounge. Hoe boots make a solid 4 into a solid 8.
8?
Yeah.
That's a big
God
jump.
damn.
Throw some strobe lights.
Hoe boots go a long way, man.
Holy shit.
My House Sundays.
Listen.
Check them out too.
Absolutely. My House Sundays. Not to mention.
I'm not as enlightened as these guys. I'm hoe boots. Hoe boots.
Strobe light honeys.
Strobe
Yeah.
light honey.
Yeah, that shit totally caught me off guard. I'm like, what? Fuck hoe boots. My House Halloween Wednesday.
Shit,
We'll be doing the broadcast with them,
Nice.
and then the Sunday before that, Bruno and I will be playing
Nope.
at Luna Lounge.
The other side of Vegas is playing.
This is which is Bruno and I. That'll be the other side of Vegas. Be on the lookout for that because I don't think we're back until after that.
That's right.
Until I get confirmation on a call that I put out. Yes, sir.
I hope the batteries were charged.
Yeah. So that's 28th. The other side of Vegas will be playing at my house at Luna Lounge, and then Luna Lounge will be on the other side of Vegas Wednesday the 31st.
You guys
Halloween.
already played Denver? Denver's over?
And
It's
I'm
coming.
about to get to that right now. November 9th. Woo! Milk Bar. We coming for you.
Love that place.
Get it.
We are coming for you. Gentlemen, it's a pleasure. Love you
Pleasure's all
like
mine.
love you like cooked food.
I love you like.
Stop lying.
I'm hungry as fuck.
Fuck you, baby.
House as fuck?
Woo. Thank you for tuning in to another episode
Sip
of the
it.
other side of Vegas.
Fine wine.
Brenda, we're gonna hold him down while he sips, and if we need to, we'll Uber his ass home. Till next time, I'm your host, Roy Evans.
Bruno Browning.
Thanks again to my man, Brian Gardner.
Brian Gardner.
Brenda Gardner, you will not get away
Chicago,
next
Las
time.
Vegas.
You will not
New
get
York.
away next time. Please understand.
Atlanta. Olive Bennett.
Please understand.
Yeah. Well, that is it.
Till I see you next time.
That's the fourth wheel.
There's no exactly right.
That's exactly. Say it. What is
All
it?
done.
What
Fourth
is
wheel. No peace without unity.
Buzz.
Peace.